This is Neil McFarquhar reporting from Samuni, Mali. Farm families have lived off these lands for generations, but their way of life is in jeopardy.
They told us to work our farms last year, but not to plan on working them this year, because the land is for them.
The farmland is now controlled by Libya. Samuni is one of many West African villages at the forefront of a new global land rush. Following the 2008 food crisis, demand for farmland spiked. The Malian government began leasing hundreds of thousands of acres to investors in exchange for much-needed improvements to Mali's underdeveloped farmland.
Many companies have expressed interest. Canadian companies, Belgian, French, Indian.
But opponents say it is a new form of colonial exploitation, with small farmers losing their livelihoods.
If they come to take our lands, then they have to give us our share. If they need to break our houses, they need to build new houses.
Unrest is growing. In 2009, protests over this same issue helped bring down the government in Madagascar. At least 70% of Malians live off farming, with all the land government-owned. But they are mainly subsistence farmers, dependent upon the rains, producing only enough to survive.
Even if you gave the population there the land, they do not have the means to develop it, nor does the state.
Recent contracts will create the infrastructure for irrigation. This canal was built by a Chinese company with Libyan money. But some advocates worry that Mali's farmers won't benefit from the investments.
We'll be producing a lot of food in the country, but this food is not affordable for the population and will be used for the international market instead of securing food issues in the foodstuff in the country.
Across from the Libyan-built canal, farmers recently organized a day-long protest against what they call land grabbing. "We refuse," they chanted, and protested the government deals. Ministry officials maintain that any displaced farmer will be properly compensated.
If they lose a tree, we'll give them a tree. If they lose a chicken coop, we'll give them a chicken coop.
But farmers have rejected this claim. A United States aid program offers an alternative but controversial approach. It pays to clear and irrigate land. Then farmers are offered a chance to buy the land with a mortgage.
I'm for investing in the small farmers. Under the traditional system, it's very, very hard for them to use that land, those land rights, use rights, to get credit. They can't go to the bank. Those rights are not bankable.
The $224 million project is expected to get 800 farmers titled to 12-acre plots, mostly for rice. Officials hope this will improve crop yields and hedge against local food shortages.
And it provides an entree, if you will, into the economic system. If they leave the land, they have an option. They can sell the land and have some capital, have some resources to do something else.
But critics worry it will drive farmers off the land because the mortgages will prove unaffordable. As policymakers, investors, and farmers wrangle over a workable plan, some Malians worry they will lose not just their land, but their cultural traditions. When Bilali Diakate and other farmers left their village to make way for American development, they broke a centuries-old custom. They abandoned the graves of their ancestors. Mr. Diakate told us he was scared that they had lost the protection of their ancestors against evil. For the New York Times, this is Neil McFarquhar.